Oh, am I live? Let's see here. How's it going, everybody? This is Gil. Well, I'm Gil, not this is Gil. It's been a while since I did a live stream. So I'm in my office and I'm like, you know what would be dope? At like 4 something p.m., go live. Share with you guys some information, some insight about this whole thing called the creator economy. I don't know why I was trying to say economy first, because in my mind's eye and in my mind as an adult in this world that we have been kind of like fostered in, economy and money is more important than creating. So in my mind, I wanted to say economy first, but instead the word is creator economy. And this is something that we're going to get into, how we kind of use structures that are already in place to try to make sense of something that is yet to come. Like right now, the creator economy is something that exists, but we have yet to really take it serious. Well, some people have. Some people have launched full-fledged careers and launched businesses and changed the world by creating nonprofits. But if I go to my mom's or my mother-in-law and tell them that, hey, Mr. Beast has an amazing nonprofit where he feeds people turkeys by making videos about him putting hundreds of people in the room, imitating a game show that was on a Netflix show, that was a Korean live action show. And they'll be like, he's making money by making videos about other videos? Yeah, he's making money and he's changing lives by making videos and making websites and having people with hit the same ideas and the same mindset to just feel free and create. And it's hard to explain that to somebody. It's even hard for me to explain it to myself sometimes, that this thing exists. I can get on here on this camera, I can like wear my microphone and start sharing ideas and thoughts and technically create a service, something that has a bit of escapism, where you're escaping your reality, you're escaping your mundane life, work, school, editing, whatever the case is, and you're listening to me or you're listening to another creator. What ends up happening is that becomes a service, that becomes a utility in a sense. Like, it's so weird how back in the day we would watch, Little House on the Prairie, or we'd watch Martin or Girlfriends back in the day. Those were something that took us away from whatever we were doing. And we would sit down and we knew we'd have to watch it at this specific time, because if we didn't, we'll miss the show. And then the next day or later on in that day, we have our friends who say, hey, did you see that episode? Like, nah, I missed the first half an hour, or I missed it. I don't know what happened. I gotta wait, next week for the reruns, or I gotta wait a month for the reruns, or whatever the case is. But now with the creator economy, it's really up to you, really up to the user or the viewer to decide when they want to watch said content. And it's so amazing because there's really no pressure, and there's no really pressure on us as a creator to just create for these people. What'd be really hilarious is if I was talking the whole time and my microphone wasn't connected. Yep, microphone is connected. Speaking of which, I'm using, you can't really see it. You're like, how does his audio sound so good? I'm using the Rode Wireless Go 2, and I have the other one right there attached to my computer. And this one, I'm kind of sitting down, kind of slouching a little bit so that it doesn't show up. Because I don't think it looks super clean, so I'm that close to the microphone, not too far. But if I was too far, it would look like that. Yeah. But going back to what I was saying about the creator economy is, and it sounds, even the word creator economy, like it's within itself this year or last year has made $104 billion. Like that's how much they've really paid out. Let me make sure I get that number right. So the creator economy, with more than 50 million independent content creators, the communities they build, blah, 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 blah. It has grown to $104 billion in 2022. And still, I feel like companies are kind of a little bit weary because this content creator space is a little bit new. And I can't even, like my parents, right? They're Seventh-day Adventists. They're still super religious, and they have yet to be able to go back to a physical church. So what they ended up doing was, well, my church that I grew up in started live streaming. They've been started live streaming way before the pandemic. They were a bit ahead of the Crreator Economy because within this church we had a technology department. In the technology department, we're way up ahead. We were using OBS years ago to live stream our church services for people who couldn't make it there. We're even doing a bunch of other things online as well. So with my dad, I was telling him, hey, this essentially is what the Crreator Economy is. You're not physically able to go to the church because you don't feel like it's safe enough for you to go, due to COVID. And you're now taking full advantage of the internet by going to a website, YouTube, that's where the church live stream is hosted, and you're taking part of the service. You're even able to donate. You're even able to, read the comments, see who's there. Hey, sister Ellen is here. Hey, brother Alan is here. XYZ, and you're fully immersed within this church service. Oh, let me see how my live stream is looking, because that's one thing I got to make sure that it's not all blurry or out of focus. It looks pretty good. I'm using Ecamm Live. I don't know who's on. Let's see, look me up. But I still kind of find it hard for me to explain content creating with my dad, my parents. Why did it stop there? The cover of it is me looking like a complete loser. That's hilarious. I don't know who's here. It says that I got one viewer here. Let's mute that there. If you're watching, show love. One person viewing. All right, got two people watching now. All right, let's get the quality up there. All righty, I'm back, fully immersed. Going back to what I was saying with the creator. I mean, let me know if I'm making sense here. If you're watching this, you're probably the same age as me, and you lived in a world where we connected to the internet via dial-up. Never in your wildest dreams would you have realized that, oh, what up, Willie? Appreciate it, bro. So never in a million years would I realize that, like today, for example, a bit TMI. A couple of days ago, actually, not today, a couple of days, I was just sitting down in my house and just chilling, editing some photos, and I decided to post a post on Instagram, and it was about content creating. I decided to post, yeah, this microphone is the best. And I did like a stupid questionnaire. Hey, which one do you think is the best microphone? Which one do you think is the cheapest microphone? And that had some type of engagement. Then I created another questionnaire, and somebody was just like, hey, can you help me understand why you're saying this microphone is used for this, and this microphone is better use case for this? Because the question was like, what microphone is the best case for an outdoor podcast? Which one is best made for an indoor podcast? And which one is made for all-around audio? So this individual wanted to figure out, well, you just seem to know a lot. That one Instagram post, which is basically for free, like Instagram doesn't charge you to post, got me $200 for a consultation. And a couple of years ago, I was doing the consultation, and then I upsold it for her to buy my course on photo editing. And what ended up that doing was becoming like $500 essentially for a consultation, because obviously she bought the course, and then she booked another consultation. So my thing is, I sat down on my butt. I think I was in my car actually, driving, maybe in traffic, used old photos that I took on my cell phone, created a questionnaire on Instagram for free, and posted it out there, and got paid for one day of work for somebody. Like that $500 essentially is one day of work for somebody. That's crazy. Even going back, for those of you who may not even know this, but I was sponsored by a company, a matcha company, and they paid me to essentially make a video promoting matcha, something that I actually like, something that I actually enjoy consuming. They paid me to make a video to talk about something that I like. It was mind-blowing. It was insane. Quite frankly, because I didn't think that I would get paid, simply because the amount of followers that I had on Instagram, on Twitter, and Facebook. But the excitement and the enthusiasm that I had with the video and consuming the matcha spoke for itself. Like, it just was mind-blowing. So the company decided to say, hey, we're going to take a chance. You like the product, obviously, and we want to hear from you. That is what the creator economy is. It's allowing people to freely express themselves, show excitement about a specific product. And it's not about selling, right? It's not about selling. I know it might sound like it's marketing. Everything is marketing. Everything is marketing, though. But at the same time, I wouldn't be making this video and saying, this podcast is brought to you by my mouse. Blocking my eyes. Like, you wouldn't watch that. Because I don't really care about this mouse. I actually like my, I don't have it here. I actually like my other mouse better. It's called the Logitech, what's it called? The MX Master 3 mouse. So if I made a video about this mouse, right? Like, why would I get out of it? Okay, here we go. Here we go. I might focus here. If I made a video about this mouse, you would watch it within 3.3 seconds and listen and say, I don't really, he obviously doesn't care about this. He obviously doesn't really care about this mouse. I'm like, yeah, I really don't. And the excitement will show. But me in this video right now, like, I'm literally just super excited, obviously. The fact that I'm literally just coming on a live on a random Monday afternoon. You're like, what? Why is Gil live? Is he live right now? Yeah, I'm live. We're live, baby. We're live. I'm live because I just get so excited thinking about creating for others and how there's so many different levels. Like, you can be producing a podcast for somebody by just being in a studio, tinkering. You could be tinkering with your Rodecaster Pro, right? So you could be that person in a studio tinkering with your Rodecaster Pro, doing whatever you're doing, like doing all the leveling and all that sound stuff for your client. And after recording is done, that's it. You're just the producer for that episode. That's it. You're not editing. They just come to your studio and they record, and that's it. Or what if you do this? What if you're the video guy and you have your camera and you're using a teleprompter and all you're doing is recording the video for them and you're using your expensive little camera on your tripod? That's it. That's all you're doing. You're just a camera operator. Your job is to operate the camera, make sure that the video is at its highest quality. That's it. What if you're the sound guy? Your job is to make sure that the audio levels are good. That's it. So I remember when I first started creating, right? I first started creating content. I would do everything. I would be doing the video, I'd be doing the audio, I'd be doing everything. Hey, how's my audio sounding, by the way? Recording the video for them, and you're using your expensive little camera on your tripod. That's it. All right, audio sounds great. So, going back to what I was saying, I remember when I first started creating content, I would be trying to do everything. I would try to squeeze every amount of lemon drop money out of the creating, the content creating. I would try to do the photos, I try to do the editing, I try to do everything. And what ended up happening is I would spread myself thin to the point where wasn't doing a really good job because I'll be doing everything. Now with the creator economy, much like any other type of economy in the world, any job infrastructure, there are different levels. Like you have the contractor, in most cases, doesn't do the work. The contractor sometimes files out. I have a friend of mine who's so brilliant. Like this person is a genius. This person has a legit contracting company. Well, he has a company, and the company is cleaning windows, right? So this person cleans windows in a really expensive area in Miami, West Palm, whatever, Port St. Lucie, whatever have you. All like these high rises and houses and luxury apartments. He has a cleaning company, but he doesn't clean. He does not clean. He doesn't know how to use a squeegee. I've seen him. Like I've seen him like use it backwards. He had a squeegee in his hand and he had it backwards. I kid you not. So he does not know how to clean, but he's making a killing with his cleaning company. How, you ask? Well, he essentially looked at what the creator economy and the gig economy is doing, like the gig economy as in like gig jobs. And what he will do is contract out. So let's say if you were to hire him, he would say, hey, well, I have a building that I want you to squeegee clean and, clean all the windows and these floors. He'd find a company that will do it, and they will, sign a contract, and they would, it's crazy that the way he does it. And he will essentially hire them, and they will do the job. It's something so old and archaic, if I'm using the right term. And it's just amazing. And he does that for several other businesses. Like I think he has like a food delivery service or something like that. And it's just mind blowing. And I can't help but think how other jobs are going to be affected by this. Like how this can be good for other jobs. And the thing is, nobody's getting undercut. Nobody's paying more. Nobody's paying less. Everybody's being paid. And that's what I really love about the gig economy. Like, for example, the creator economy. Like, for example, when it comes to me producing a podcast, like if I were to have somebody would come in here to do their podcast, I could say, hey, I can do the whole thing for you. It'll be this much, but I can, break it down into different tiers where you can come in here and record. I don't have to edit. Or you can come in here and record, I'll edit it, but I won't distribute it. Or you can come here and not do anything and I'll distribute it for you because you have somebody else to do that certain thing for you. And the beautiful thing is this can only work if creators all have that understanding where you don't have to do everything by yourself. There's always going to be a job for somebody else to do. It's really beautiful when creators get in here and work together. Like I have an editor who edits audio, video. I have somebody who can help me with writing. I have somebody who can help me distribute podcasts. So that's what I think about when I hear the word economy, because it's like a spider web. It's like a bunch of everything's connected. That's what I like to think about when I hear the word creator economy. But what I think a couple of years ago, everybody tried to do everything, and what ended up happening is you would be super stressed out as a creator and annoyed and just anxiety filled. And then the client would be frustrated because, well, I hired Joe and Joe sucked. I don't ever want to deal with Joe ever again. So then what this client ended up doing is finding a Joshua, and Joshua will have the understanding of what the creator economy is and what it could be, not being selfish. The creator economy only works when you're able to, you as yourself as a creator, put money in somebody else's pocket, thus giving you more time to focus on your business and your passions and your ambitions and things that you want to do. If it's, hanging out with your family, drinking coffee, biking with your friends, that's the only way this economy can work, is if we all kind of just come together and just say, hey, I get lots of clients. I can't handle them all. Hey Josh, you wanna edit some photos for me? Hey, you wanna take care of this baby shower that I have this weekend? I'll tell the client XYZ, you put on my company shirt, we're Gucci, as the kids would say. But that's not how it is sometimes. A lot of people, they want to hold the money for themselves. And what ends up happening is that it becomes super toxic. And I don't like to work like that. And I don't think any creator, any true creator, that works like that. I like to think back in the day, Michelangelo knew where to go to get the best ink for his illustrations, right? And I don't think he held that information for himself. Like if, for example, Michelangelo used pig's blood for ink, and his illustration had the best, richest reds, I'm pretty sure he didn't say, I'm not telling anybody that. But for some odd reason in today's time, if somebody were to be using Ecamm Live, for example, to get their audio and video onto YouTube and it's streamed in 4K, a lot of creators would say, I'm not telling anybody that. I'm not letting anybody know. And we will all be on the comments like, oh, hey, how are you getting this high quality content? How are you doing this? Oh, nobody would say, for some reason, a lot of people like to keep that for themselves. Well, people that are in close vicinity with me, that I end up, working with, they kind of just hold things to themselves. And that sucks because there will ever be no true innovation. Because the way I use I was introduced to Ecamm Live by other creators in the creator economy, essentially, in the online community on YouTube and Twitter. So I saw how Ecamm Live is great, and I decided, wait a minute. Wait, hold on. So I can record, I don't have to go live with this. I can record locally. So I decided to produce my client's video podcast with it, and using tools like the, like the Rodecaster Pro, I'll be able to, manage a client's podcast, their audio podcast, their video podcast, and I'll use the A10 Mini to switch video scenes. So I'll switch one camera to the other camera to the other camera, and Ecamm Live records and holds all those cuts and all those edits. Yes. Hey, Kim, Wagwan, sister. Yes, I am using Ecamm Live finally. Oh yeah, you were here for the days where I used that other program where it totally sucked. But yeah, I'm using Ecamm Live. I'm a part of the tribe now. Wow, how are you? It's been a while. But yeah, I'm finally using Ecamm. Ecamm Live is the truth. And the beautiful thing about Ecamm Live is, going back to what I was saying, was that I'm able to do a lot of different things with it. And this is not an advertisement for Ecamm, because believe me, I was that dude that said I'm not spending any money on anything else that I can get for free. But after seeing how it's so versatile and user-friendly, I decided to invest into it. And that's another beautiful thing about this whole Crreator Economy. All the creators around me were saying, dude, I'm not trying to tell you to get it, but it has so much versatility. You can do this, you can do that, you can do this, you can do that, and it's great. So what ends up happening is now I'm able to not only expedite so many different services for my clients, but I'm also able to share this new experience with other creators to help them with their business. That's what I love about the Crreator Economy. It's just like that, what's that phrase? It's called, I remember, it's like teach one, each one, whatever it's called. How if I learn something, it's better for me to like send it off to somebody else. And also because the way I use Ecamm is not the same way that a lot of other people use Ecamm. Like I said, I use Ecamm for podcast and video production for clients and not really for me. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've been live, and I've been trying to go live for a while. Mostly been doing client work, but every once in a while, I like to just do my own thing. How do I make the comments pop up? I know I've seen it before. There we go. Got the comment to pop up here. But yeah, Thank you so much. Ecamm Live is the truth. I'm not selling it to anybody. I'm not trying to promote it. I like the creator economy because it's so helpful. Yes, that is so true. Let me pull that comment up right here. So Kim says, let me move this. I like the creator economy because it's been so helpful because other creators genuinely love to help other people. I've learned so much about not I've learned so much about not only the tools but myself. Yes. Um, I have a lot to add on to that because like I was saying before, it's just this world is so different, right? Especially on Twitter and Instagram, it's so different. Because living in South Florida, I don't want to be that guy to be like, I live in such a hateful, selfish creator environment, but it's really true. I remember being on sets with other photographers, and when they'll swap a lens or try to do a specific shot, and I'll ask questions, and they're very much secretive about the things that they're using, the tools that they're using to edit, the filters and stuff like that, and just the skin correction stuff. And once I learned that, what some of the things that they were using by watching other YouTubers, it's like, oh, you're just using that. Yeah, I'm using that. It costs this much. Okay, great. Well, you you could have told me that. But online, on Instagram and on Twitter and YouTube especially, like where I met you, everybody's just so open. And it's not about them creating a YouTube video to get content, to get viewership, but it's just like, I know this, I want to share this. It's just I feel like online creators on YouTube are so different because we genuinely want to share. We want to make things better. We want to make the world better. And I feel like if we have more people like that in the creator economy ground floor, that structure, if we can have that foundation for the creator economy, it's up from here, baby. It's going to be a dope ass pyramid, and up top is going to be probably like Tom Buck or something. He's going to be up top with like a gold Shure SM7B or something like that. That'll be dope. Oh, yeah. The creator economy, I'm so happy to even be a part of this. I feel like we have so much more to go. Let me take this thing off the screen here. But if you like that screen thing, Ecamm Live. It's all Ecamm Live. It's such a powerful tool to use. Actually, I was warming up my vocals for a live stream on Instagram that I'm going to be. Actually, I think we might just do it here. Let me text Jared and see if he's ready. I'll just send him a link. Actually, I'll just send him a link now, and that way he can just hop in, and we can just talk about the creator economy. I'm trying to see if I could send him this link. How do you do that, Kim? How do you send somebody a link after you done started your live stream? Don't tell me I have to quit this live stream and send him the link afterwards. That's gonna totally suck because I don't want to, oh, here we go. Interview mode on. Then I can send him this link. Copied. Got it. Tom Nook. That's hilarious. Oh, yeah. Man, Tom Nook, if you buck, is the best. Hell yeah. Oh, man. You got to listen to his latest podcast episode. He just launched one this morning, and he said something really interesting about influence. And it's kind of what really sparked this conversation with me in the whole creator economy. So I have friends who know me as, Gil's the Nikon guy. He shoots Nikon cameras. He only shoots Nikon. Nikon. And I had a friend of mine who just inherited a Canon camera. So she's like, hey, I just got this Canon T3 something. And I'm like, oh, cool. It's, whatever. Oh, and she sent me like a long audio message. I know you don't like Canon, but it's like the only one and it's free. I was like, that's great. No, it's not bad. And I was like, actually, it shoots 1080. It has a flip out screen. It has touch capabilities. And the lens that she gave you is a kit lens, and it's actually pretty good. And she's like, is it really good? I know you don't like Canon. You hate Canon. I was like, what? It's not. It's a camera. It's a tool. I'm just joking when I say that. She's like, yeah, but you always speak about Canon with so much disdain and hate. So I said, oh, hey, Dan. What's going on, Dan the Dot Man? What's going on, bro? But yeah, it was like, let's see. Let me get Dan up here. Let me send Jared the link for this live stream. But yeah, my friend was like, I didn't really like the Canon because you didn't like it. And I was like, wow, we have that much influence on people? I remember, Kim, when you would do your live streams, I think you had the LP, the low profile Elgato mic arm. And I remember instinctively, if that's the word, someone on your live stream mentioning that, and you're like, yeah, it's great, whatever. And somebody saying that, oh my gosh, I want that one. And you're like, oh, it's great, but it's sold out everywhere. You didn't speak down on your previous mic, but then what you said was you like the fact that it's a low profile, so it's lower and not like in your face like the blue compass arm, which would be like blocking your face. And what ends up happening is, like, even me, like, I was like, I need that because Kim has it, or Kim spoke so highly of it. Oh, we got Jared coming in. Oh God. Let's see if we can add him to Jared.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, you got your mic on?
I think so.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
So, how's it going, buddy?
I'm doing great.
So we're talking about the creator economy. You could speak about that since you yourself are you're in the creator economy, just like me.
Oh, wait, are you live on YouTube?
Yeah.
All right. I had no idea. What's up, everybody on YouTube? I'm like, why is Gil talking like that?
Yeah, so like, yo, your name too, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna say that right now.
Oh man. Hold on. Let me change my name quick.
Okay.
This is Oh, sorry, but Crreator Economy. What are we talking about?
So basically, we're talking about how right now a lot of people aren't taking the creator economy seriously. As far as like adults, people who are a bit older than us, they're so used to the typical structure of how things are. You have a job, you have a place you go to, you have potential for growth within the company and promotion. Whereas the creator economy, you can quite frankly start a YouTube channel or TikTok today, and then get thousands of views doing something that you like and get paid for it essentially, because it is a utility, it is a service at the end of the day where you're providing entertainment, you're providing knowledge, you're providing escapism. So that's what I was talking about, how me trying to explain a podcast to my dad, because my dad loves listening to radio.
Yeah.
And I was trying to explain to him it's me having a radio station that other people can listen to on their phone anytime they want. He's like, yeah, but do you have a time that you go on? I could go on any time. They can listen to it.
Point, right?
Yeah, but it's hard for him to grasp the idea of I can talk about cameras, one specific thing, and have thousands of people listen and buy said camera that I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's so opposite to the world that they know, right? The world that they grew up in and live in, work in is kind of like you move up a ladder, and there's barriers to entry, and you have to gain experience and things like that. But I feel like nowadays there's really no barriers to entry. Like literally, there's like 5-year-old kids
Yeah.
going online and just making creating content on YouTube and making millions of dollars doing that. So yeah, since the paradigm has shifted and it's like really anybody can do anything. It doesn't matter where you're from or where you are and all that. They're never going to understand, but it's something that's going to continue to grow, and I think it's something that's going to continue to shape the world.
Now, what would you say to somebody who, like, I did a consultation earlier yesterday, and she is pretty much harking on the idea that she isn't creative enough. She doesn't feel like she has anything to share. What would you say to somebody like that who wants to be a creator, but they don't think they have anything to give the world?
So the way I see it is that the world is so big that everyone has just like there's an audience for everything.
Yeah.
Everything you can think of, there's an audience for. So it's like even if you don't think you have anything to give, you still have the experience of being yourself. So there might be even an audience of people who just want to learn about you, who just want to hear your perspective on things.
Yeah.
And if you use all the tricks of the trade, as far as things that we do, we looked up titles of videos to see what's trending and how to get more visibility on our page. If you do those things and it simply have consistent content, you'll find your audience. And if you can't find your audience, you can just look at the metrics and see who's watching and just do more stuff for those type of people who are watching.
I guess
So
we can.
like
I
really,
guess we can
I don't
say
think it's
that
not an excuse.
because the thing is, like, you have a background in marketing, so you understand that there's a back end. There's always data. Like, you always talk about the data. Before anything we even talk about, you're like, "Where's the data?" I'll be
Yeah.
like, "Yo, Jared, I'm about to go get some ice cream." You're like, "Where's the data?" And I'm like, "All right," because there's data in the fact that of me finding where's the best ice cream shop. Okay, well, the data says that this ice cream shop here, even though it's closer, is worse, and they take longer to prepare versus the ice cream that's like 10 minutes away and it's quicker. So
Right.
there's data and everything, and people don't realize that how, like my sisters, right? I have sisters, and they just so happen to be black, right? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So,
Never forget.
so I tell them all the time. I look at their room and I say, listen, you have hair products, you have skincare products, you have clothes that you wear because it's more comfortable for your skin. You have things that you like to do that are attributed to you being a black woman. You have like certain diet restrictions or XYZ. And there are a lot of black women who follow your same suit and they kind of feel alienated in this world of Instagram where they can log in and there's like these yoga skinny pants that don't fit them, or there's this hair gel product when they put it on their hair, it terrorizes their hair or makes their skin dry. I was
Right.
like, you use specific products because it works for you. There's data in there. There's millions of dollars. Like you have done the research. And I always tell them the idea, the whole principle of Tesla, where Tesla sucked when it first came out. Tesla sucked. What they needed to do to get people to buy the car, and those cars generate user data, and those go to the cloud. Black women, or just people in general, not just black women, everybody in general has something that they like to do, and they generate tons of data when they're using it. The way I'm using my
Yeah.
computer now, the way I use it, I have another monitor here, it's a 27-inch iMac. The way I use that, my camera, there's so much usage of data. All right, he's a guy in Florida, he uses it this way, this is how long he uses it.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, all right, he needs a computer case. And then those are informations that can be sent to Amazon, eBay, Facebook Marketplace. So then when I need to buy a computer case, yeah, he needs one. It has to be a 16-inch MacBook, or it has to be a mouse battery cover plate because he breaks it or whatever the case is. And there's so much data that we're giving away for free, and we're just not getting paid for it. Now, what would you say to somebody who says that, all right, but I don't need the money?
Okay, so they just want to create content. Is that what they're?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say, you know what? I would just say pick a topic of something that you're interested in and make videos on it,
Yeah.
and just never look at the views, and just do that for 90 days and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Because it's like if they don't need the money, if they're just want to just create content, just the like therapy of it or the creativity of it or the art of it, just start recording and just never look at your views and just see how things turn out.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be as complicated what people make. Literally, just turn on the camera and talking about whatever you're interested in.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, like just starting. Because at first, when you start, it's gonna be so hard because nobody's gonna be watching.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really hard to just have somebody just sit there and you're just starting out. Even for a podcast, which is a lot easier now, and I feel like that should be the easiest. Actually should be the first thing that people do is start, starting a podcast, an audio or a video podcast, so they can start getting the idea of like talking in front of the camera, talking in front of a mic.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just starting and not looking at the views, not looking at the listeners or the analytics. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do. Just turn off all that stuff, the likes, the comments, the views, and just create and get used to doing that process. And eventually, if things will just work itself out. But most people fail; they don't start, or they'll just never just keep on going. And that's the difference. It's really that simple.
Yeah. That's true. So where do you see the creator economy going in like the next 10 years? Because this year alone, they made the creator economy has created, not, well, generated $104 billion.
So this is my prediction, and you heard it here first. I believe that next, I would say, 15 years, the creative economy will actually dominate the economy. So I feel like we'll have so much advancement with artificial intelligence where we'll be able to automate most career jobs now, and people will just focus on really consuming or producing content. That will be the economy.
Yeah. And when you said the AI, it made me think about the metaverse and the fact that
Yeah,
that alone, I feel like we're so naturally reluctant to be a part of it. I remember when Facebook bought Instagram, a lot of people were like, "Oh, I'm stepping away," but we naturally went back. And I know a lot of people like to say they don't use Instagram, they hate Instagram because Instagram is a part of Facebook, but Instagram alone is accounted for 72% of the creator economy, that $104 billion. 72%. That's insane. So
it's
obviously,
really
people
is
are
too
watching
late.
reels, people are looking at memes, people are buying these yoga pants that these girls are wearing on Instagram.
Yeah,
So the metaverse, I feel like, is something that we are kind of reluctant naturally because it's new, but I feel like it can be something that we have yet to even anticipate or even understand. So, what are your thoughts on the metaverse?
my thoughts on the metaverse. Well, I mean, we were going to get here eventually, right? And I think this is really just phase one, and that digital space is going to continue to get harder and harder, like how the regular universe
Yeah,
works, how it continues to expand. The internet's going to expand too. I predict that we're going to spend much more time on the internet, especially like the last 2 years, 1 2 years we've been locked up in the house, and most people have been really living their lives online because I was the only uh, vehicle or outlet they had to the outside world or even connect with friends and family and stuff. So uh, we'll continue to see that the evolution of that until we probably as perfect that me talking to you in a room and you
yeah,
can't distinguish the reality from the digital space.
yeah, yeah. It's
Because
gonna.
why?
That's good. I
You
mean,
know?
I see it kind of like becoming maybe in ways that we never thought about it, like doctor visits. The doctor coming to your apartment or your house or your
Yeah,
farm and just assessing you, and they just leave, or doing a therapy session. Because right now it's so easy with BetterHelp. This podcast is not sponsored by BetterHelp, but it can be. But
can
BetterHelp, you can do the phone, talk to them on the phone and stuff like that. But what end up happening is, what if in the metaverse with AR, you can sit in a virtual, you know, room with them and feel
yeah.
comfortable. And so, yeah, it's
Well, even look at it this way, like what we're doing right now. I'm talking to you on a screen in my bed while you're like an hour away talking to me on the screen. Like it's magic, right?
yeah,
So like this to someone like 100 years ago would be like insane.
yeah,
So uh, the way we look at the metaverse, it's just insane to us because it's new. But in a couple years, it's gonna be as normal as us talking on this app now.
I find it so weird that we just are just so okay with this. Like,
That's what I'm saying. Like this is normal.
yeah, this is normal. Like,
So eventually the metaverse will be completely normal.
which is wild. I feel like with our generation, we've become more accepting of technology now. I feel like when we were kids, like remember I infrared. Remember back in the day, we used to do the infrared thing with the Nokia phones.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That has to be something that we used to transfer video files like 3PG files and video files and sound. We used to have to actually stand physically close to these devices. And then Bluetooth came about and we were like, yo, we can be in the same room and send it, but we have to be close. Now with AirDrop, like it's insane. You can send audio, video so fast. And we're just, it's AirDrop. AirDrop it to me.
And it's still as primitive as it's going to get. Like
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
crazy part.
and
Like
when
this is
things
only
take
phase one of all this.
yeah, and the thing is, when it takes long, we're like, oh, this is annoying.
Yeah.
like,
Nah, that's why I would say like when stuff does work, I'm like, ah, damn, this magic. Like
yeah,
I still have to remember it's complete
it's
magic. That's happening. This is all sorcery.
yeah, like right now, I just bought a new phone, and I'm already backing everything up. But I know that process of me transferring everything is going to be so seamless because I have an iPhone, and I have an iMac at my office. Everything that I do here is connected
Yeah.
with Dropbox, so I can seamlessly work anywhere. And it's just something like that. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, was magic. I'd have to have like a long Ethernet cable from here to my house to get that to
Yeah.
work.
Right. And it's
But
just gonna get better and better. This is still all primitive technology.
yeah, and, and,
We're
and the
still
thing
we're still
is,
in the stone age of this.
yeah, and the thing is right now in regards to the creator economy, this is something where it's just now starting out. So imagine 10 years from now, like earlier I was saying how, when I'm doing a podcast, like I have somebody who cause, they record their podcast on the Rodecaster Pro, but I'll have an editor to edit the audio for me. Then I'll have somebody who distributes the podcast. Then I'll have like an editor to write out the podcast. Those are like different jobs within this creator economy, and it can only work if us as creators treat it that way and not try to do everything. Because what ends up happening when we do everything, that price for our job, it just kind of like dwindles away. Because
Yeah.
then I can get somebody else to do that. Well, you don't do that? No, I don't. We can hire someone else to facilitate that job. Well, this guy does all in-house. Well, you can't really do a good job if you're doing all in-house because you're just spreading yourself thin.
Right. Unless you're making out all of it, like
Yeah. So I just feel like with the creator economy right now, it's so beautiful because we're at the precipice, whatever that word is, at the beginning stages, and it can only go up from here.
I think it's gonna be a major part of the economy, like more than we can imagine. Because
Yep.
I just don't see people spending more time in the physical world anymore.
No.
So next step is that everything is virtual, and that's great. More
I feel
creators,
I
more
feel
and
like that
more
would be great.
consumers.
I feel like that would be great because then that creates jobs around that space where there has to be a remote IT guy to keep everything working. And then that's
Yeah.
a job within itself. And then there's jobs within the metaverse where there are a cafe shop to imitate a real cafe barista. Like there are so
Yeah.
many different possibilities. And I know we're just thinking about
Infinite.
it with our
Infinite.
yeah, we're thinking about it with our primitive podcasting minds. Oh, we got Leandra here. Let me put her on the screen. But yeah, we're thinking about it with our primitive minds right now. Like the fact that I'm saying, yeah, we're going to have a barista in the metaverse, but when it actually happens like 10, 30 years from now, it's going to be more of like, nah, we don't do that. We actually just talk about real business. We have baristas in real life because we can't consume coffee in the metaverse.
Well, there's gonna be stuff that comes up that you can't even conceptualize because the platform for it is not even invented yet.
Yeah,
So, like for example, Instagram can't exist unless like the iPhone first exists. So,
that's
like,
true.
there's like bridges that we're not even gonna be able to understand because it's not even like conceptualized yet.
What's going on, Leandra? We got some comments coming in. But yeah, you're right. I don't think we'll be able to fully conceptualize or understand them yet, because like I was saying earlier about like a contractor who comes to your house, right? They look at your house and get the layout, and then they hire out
Yeah.
extra help from somebody else. When it comes to content creating and maybe in the creator economy or in the metaverse, I honestly can't even understand what it'll be like. Like even photography, for example. Like right now with photography, I could come in there, take photos of the studio, do whatever I have to do. But in the metaverse, maybe it might be completely different. Maybe they're just doing a fake photo shoot where there's unlimited props.
Or maybe it's just AI does all that,
Yeah.
and there's no photography anymore.
So
Just like tax crime.
So actually, it's good that we was talking about this because Leandra is one of the clients that I was talking about when it came to starting out her podcast. So, what would you say to someone who's just about to start when it's the best time to create a podcast, Jared?
When is the best time to create a podcast?
No, like right now is the best time to create a podcast. What would you say to somebody who wants to create one right now?
I would just say just get started. Hit record, make it as simple as that. The first video you make is worth it's gonna get. So you might as well get that part out of the way. Keep on chipping away through the process. But um, I think it's just really just stick with the process of doing it and just try to get consistent with it and keep going. Don't complicate it. I think that's what most people do.
I think, like you said, the complicating it part is very true. A lot of people just kind of, even myself, for example, I like to make things super complicated. I don't even have to do this. I could literally, open my webcam and have my viewers like that. But
Yeah.
that's not me. I like to overcomplicate things. And let's go back to Jared here. There we go. I overcomplicate things, but because I like to have my content look a specific way. But when I
Yeah.
first started, I used what I had. I would not create. I would create because I love creating. But now that I have the necessary tools, it's like, why not?
I mean, that stuff, the tools definitely matter, but the tools will come.
Yeah.
And most people who are starting don't even have the tools. So it's just like, just get started. Like right now, I'm laying in bed and stuff. Like I'm just chilling. I'm on my computer. I'm not all made up and stuff. I don't like, but it just, I know I have a message. I know I understand I can still provide value to people. So all that extra stuff doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
All the vanity stuff. So you just really start and just continue to expect the rest to come through the game
Yeah.
and
Just start.
rest work stuff out.
So she says, I want an AR headset that projects the directions to fix a pipe or lay down tile.
That's that's a pretty good invention.
So
Right there.
right, so right now with the
Gotta go to the patent
iPad,
office, guys. Bye.
yeah. So with the iPad, with it has a lidar scanner on there, so it can take an image of your room and actually kind of help you with the laying down of the tiles. But I'm not sure it's that good yet to where it can like actually have like a AR Home Depot dude like lay the tiles down here, young lady. Like, hey, I don't, that'll be really cool,
But the secret is knowing that there are time more of these toys.
right?
Metaverse.
Oh man, that's funny. What we got here? I was referring to the metaverse. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The metaverse is going to be something where a lot of people, I hope, don't take for granted because this is going to be changing. This is going to change a lot of things. Even with this, like we'll be able to like actually sit next to each other in an actual podcast set. Like
Yeah.
producing podcasts for people is going to be so insane because unlimited wardrobes, unlimited hairstyles, just creating
Well,
it.
that's where NFTs come in. You have to purchase them with the NFTs.
That's going to be insane, man.
Yeah,
Because
it's not gonna, you can't just wear some Gucci in the metaverse. You have to pay for it, or people will be like, "That's fake Gucci."
yeah, that's fake Gucci because they be able to see it in the blockchain where it was
Yeah,
created.
right.
That's
They'll pull
insane.
your card.
That's pretty interesting. That's I kind of feel like
Yeah,
it's more
humans have made things so complicated. Why would we want any of this?
you're right,
Why is this a problem?
dude. This is
We could just eat the food from the apple and just be good. And that's it.
yeah.
Eat the food outside. And,
I mean, at least now we have the freedom to even like see how bad life can be,
yeah, or complicated.
or how complicated it can be. That way we can like appreciate, the good things in life. So I guess it's not too bad.
Conceptual Gucci product.
Oh man, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna see if I can
All right.
knock out some edits. But thanks for coming on, man.
All right. Thanks for having me. Until next time.
All right, bro.
I'll see you later, man.
Yep. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We talked about the creator economy. We talked about the future of the metaverse. Answered some comments. Thank y'all for tuning in. For those of you that are here, thank you so much. Catch you on the next one. If you guys want to listen to more of my rants, you guys can check out my podcast. Anywhere you look at your podcasts, anywhere you listen to podcasts, it is the Guild Podcast, GUIL Podcast. There you can listen to my rants about podcasting, content creating, Illuminati, biking, my beards, and all that type of cool stuff. So thank y'all so much for watching. Peace. We got a last comment.